Welcome everybody back to Friar Talk. Today we are going to be previewing the Padres-Dodgers Seoul Series, an exciting two-game matchup. I will be going live 7 a.m. post game for each of these games on Wednesday and Thursday. But exciting! It's going to be a very good game. I'm pumped for it, man. I think we already saw the Padres play in Korea a little bit. Ha-seong came at 2 home runs last night. So it's exciting. Baseball's back. We get a little preview. I also am really confused because this is a huge series, and from the Dodgers side, you have Shohei Ohtani playing his first game ever on the Dodgers, and it's being played at 3 a.m. in LA. So once again, congratulations to Rob Manfred and the MLB for being the most poorly ran organization that there probably is, to be honest. But yeah, I'm gonna be up. I'm on East Coast, so it's only 6 a.m. Chase, I feel like maybe you'll tune in for the end of the game. I don't. Are you planning to wake up at 3 a.m., dude? Because that sounds rough.
I'm not too sure if I work my second job that morning. Definitely not. If I don't, I might wake up and then fall asleep mid game. But hey, we're here for the vibes. We're here to hopefully watch opening season of baseball or the opening day of baseball. It's gonna be a little rough. 3:05 a.m. is not the ideal time to watch baseball or wake up to watch baseball, but might be manageable.
Yeah, so let's break it down then, dude, because we got two exciting matchups pitching in this series. In this two-game series, it's gonna be pretty sick. You got Darvish against Tyler Glasnow on Wednesday's game, and then you got Yamamoto versus Joe Musgrove. So exciting matchups. I feel like I don't know what the numbers are, but I feel like Darvish has always pitched pretty well against the Dodgers in general. Obviously, the Dodgers lineup is going to be rough this year, and I know everyone's going to be talking about Shohei Ohtani. But we were looking at it right now, like, dude, the addition of Teoscar Hernandez is huge for this lineup. And you look at the depth pieces and like everyone's really good. So the Dodgers, maybe not early on in the season because they have a bunch of pitching injuries, but as the season goes on, they're gonna be the biggest juggernaut in the sport. I honestly believe. They're a nasty team. But I'm excited for this series. I think the pitching wise, I don't want to say it's like even because like Glassnow's been awesome, but the problem is that he gets hurt all the time. But his numbers are still terrific. Darvish, I think, is gonna come out. He's gonna play. He's gonna pitch a good game. He's been pretty good when he's healthy, especially early on in the season. And then you got Joe Musgrove. He like kind of struggled early on in spring training. He was just messing with stuff. He wasn't really doing much. I think the same thing was going on with Yamamoto. I know he got like rocked one day in spring. Guys, don't value that stuff. Don't worry about it. But Chase, you're looking at this. What are you thinking? What's your projections? What are you predicting in this one? How does the series go? Who do you think is going to be, the X factors for each of these teams?
So I know just what people have like the total amount is like 8.5 runs is the over under, which I have a hard time seeing that each team over scores over 8.5 runs just as you're looking at the pitching matchup. You got Glassnow versus Darvish, and then you have Yamamoto versus Musgrove. And despite Yamamoto getting rocked in that one spring training game, you looked at it, it was like a bunch of bloop singles or it hit barely an infield single, not even an infield single. It was like a swinging bunt, a ground ball that barely managed to squeeze by two defenders. They weren't hit. The balls were not hit hard. He was not getting rocked. It was like it's what happens when like you just get unlucky. He was extremely, and I mean extremely unlucky during that one game. He was inducing a lot of weak contact as he does. We're gonna have a tough matchup. I mean, the Dodgers do too. Darvish faces the Dodgers pretty decently. Musgrove, he has his games where he struggles against the Dodgers, but he also has his games where he's lights out against the Dodgers. It's the duality of man, right? It's gonna be a really tough game for the both of them. I think whoever kind of gets on the board first kind of controls the game. It's going to be really difficult. The Padres have a really solid bullpen. Do we know if Yuki Matsui is going to be back, or is he still dealing with his back spasms? Because I know he hasn't really pitched at all in spring. Uh, so we might be down one of our closers. I know the Dodgers are down a couple pitchers, but they're mainly starters, which we only got two of them. Dylan Cease could potentially come out of the bullpen. Michael King can come out of the bullpen. I mean, you look at the bullpens, the Padres had the edge there. You look at the lineup, Dodgers had the edge there, and then you look at starting pitching, and it's a coin toss. It's going to be a tough series. I can't really say. I think we split the series. It's only 2 games. It's in Korea. It's going to be a coin toss. I know the stadium is a little bit smaller, but still, you with the caliber of pitching that both teams have, I can't see it being a super high scoring game. This isn't like the series in Mexico where you're at a crazy high elevation and the ball's just going to fly. This is a little bit different. So I think we split the series. I hope we win the game with Musgrove. I think that we have a better chance winning that game. Glasnow is just really nasty. He's the only problem with him is he's always been hurt, but he's coming into the season completely healthy from scratch. I think our best chance is, hey, let's rattle up Yamamoto in his first MLB debut. Let's do it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm kind of thinking too. I'm flipping it though. I think that the Padres are going to win game 1. I think Darvish is pumped. I think Darvish is primed for hopefully a bounce back season. He struggled a little bit last year. Now the Padres don't really have any experience. I mean, maybe they have a little bit against Glasnow, but there's not much against Glasnow. Obviously, none against Yamamoto. And I'm pumped though because I feel like it could go either one way. Like one of them, it could be like, oh, you get rocked by this guy. But I feel like typically when you don't see a pitcher a lot, the first time you see him, they usually get your number, and especially guys that have elite stuff like both Tyler Glasnow and Yamamoto have. So I'm going to say they split it. I'm going to say that you win game 1. I'm going to go for like the exciting storylines. Or I'm going to say Kim hits a home run. And Chase, do you think he leads off? You have to lead him off, right? Like you just have to in this one. So I'm gonna say Kim. I'm gonna say Kim leads off both games. I think he hits a home run in the first one, gets everyone pumped. Padres squeak out a win. I think the next game, I think we're all gonna realize, oh, this is why Yamamoto is so good. This is why Yamamoto got paid so much. I think they split the series, and I think that's fine for either team. I mean, this is 2 games of your entire season, but I think it's an exciting start. I think this is gonna be a really fun series. I wish it was on at like a prime time because I think it would be so sweet for baseball to see this. And I'll go with another take for the series. I think Shohei Ohtani is either going to do one of 2 things, and I think the reactions are going to be exactly that. Either he's going to go absolutely insane and have like multi home runs in the 2 games, and everyone's going to be losing their mind, or he's going to like not really do anything and he's going to have like a single or not have a hit, and everyone's going to be like, "See, this is why you don't pay a DH that much money." And I think it's one of the other. I don't think there's going to be a middle ground. I think you're going to have I mean, you know how sports fans are, freaking out to the absolute max either way, either like this guy is a god or this guy, oh look, this guy sucks. The Dodgers wasted their money after 2 games. And I think that will be hilarious to see the discourse at the end of it, either way that goes. But I'm pumped, dude. I think you got a lot of big names. Yeah, what are you going to say?
Do you remember Adrian Gonzalez? I think it was 2015 or 2016 to start off the year against the Padres.
He went insane, right? That's the year where they absolutely killed him.
He had like 6 home runs in the opening series, 6 or 7 home runs the opening series. It was so you're expecting something like that or nothing?
One of the 2, yes. So yeah, and you're gonna get that reaction, don't you think? Like if Shohei goes out there and doesn't get a hit for the first 2 games, it's gonna be a big thing about like, did the Dodgers screw up by paying Shohei Ohtani? And it's gonna be so funny to watch because it's like, no, they didn't. Shohei Ohtani. But if he doesn't, then it's going to be everyone freaking out, losing their mind. Either way, you're going to get one of the 2, I think. So I think that'll be another fun thing. I think everyone's going to watch Kim and be like, oh, this is why Padre fans love Ha-seong Kim so much, because he's an extremely exciting player. And obviously, like the series is he's the biggest Korean star there. So it's like, you know, it's exciting. But you got a lot of really exciting names whenever the Padres and the Dodgers match up, and this year is gonna be even more of that. So I'm pumped. Obviously, we're not gonna see Dylan Cease in this series, but either way, man, it's gonna be good pitching. Got really good pitching both sides, and it'll be interesting to see like how it goes. And I'm just pumped. I mean, hopefully you start out 2-0 for both these teams are coming in thinking that, but I do think you're gonna see a split, and I think you'll get to see, like you said, Chase, maybe some lower scoring games, like because we have good starting pitching in both of them, really good starting pitching in both of these games. So. Chase, I think his computer just died, but that's going to do it anyway. So appreciate you guys hopping on. I'll be going live Wednesday, Thursday morning, 7 a.m. So make sure you all are there. Have a great one. Let us know what you think in the comments. Who you got taking these series, who's the X factors for each of these teams. But let us know, and we'll talk to y'all soon. Have a good one.